Councillor Walker.
I don't agree.
So the core of your argument, Mr. Mayor, is that if we make this a sacrifice, we will then have additional leverage to get uploading of services by the, most particularly the provincial, but the provincial and to a lesser extent, the federal government.
No, the core of my argument, Councillor, is that we need to invest to ensure this city succeeds. We need to invest in public transit. We need to start addressing the backlog of road repair that's grown over 15 years. We need to start addressing the backlog of tree trimming. There are so many places we need to invest in this city to make sure the city remains livable. And this is the way we can get the resources to invest. And in the short term, it's the way we can deal with our current budget crunch. The points I was making relate to people who I think wish to defer this in the belief that if you defer it till after the provincial election, we'll be in a better position. I couldn't disagree more. We won't be able to implement this tax in time for our next year's budget, and I don't believe it'll be a successful political strategy either.
Okay, I certainly misunderstood you. I thought you said that we needed to do this to prove to the other levels of government that we were managing ourselves,
yes,
and that with more of an authority for them to upload.
But absolutely, I did say that.
Okay, well that's.
It was the context you put my remarks in. I was.
Okay, following up on your answer. So, if after the next provincial election, there is a significant move on the part of the provincial government to upload, most particularly social services, and don't ask me what that means. Councillor Otis has already told you what he thought it meant, and then you added one extra service. But if they start uploading, you do see that this is a new expenditure of more money that you need to live out your vision of what city building is.
Councillor, you've been elected for a very long time. You know precisely the city's fiscal position and what it would mean to the people of Toronto if we had to cut to close our operating budget deficit. You know that exactly.
My question was, if the provincial government starts to upload social services of significant, in the hundreds of millions of dollars, it may be over several years, but the whole social service area, housing, welfare, EMS, also, that one maybe is very likely going to happen. But if those services are taken back under the jurisdiction of the provincial government, and they don't download the funding for education, which is likely that they're not going to do, you still say we have to have all of this money to achieve your vision for city building. Is that correct?
No, that's not correct. We need $1.1 billion based on the Conference Board report from a couple of years ago. If the province uploaded $750 million, I believe that we could achieve our city building goals without having to increase taxes all the time. But perhaps the place, if we got $750 million, which I think you'll agree with me, Councillor, we've been asking for a decade and it hasn't come yet, if we got that, we may wish to reduce regular property taxes. I don't know. I do know that it's very, very important for us to have our own source revenues. So if we get in another situation where provincial and federal governments are downloading and cutting municipal grants, we are able to make sure that we can deliver what the people want.
Thank you. Councillor Palacio.